Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Daniel James to Manchester United seems to be imminently close, and before we're doing official videos and everything like that, let's have a look at who the player is, what he could bring to Manchester United, and what an exciting signing he is really. So anyway, this morning a lot of people talking about Daniel James. Apparently a deal has been agreed, personal terms. It's just a matter of when, not if, now. And this is something we've been talking about on the Transfer Daily for a few days as well. It's inevitable. He plays in the Championship. Their season's over at Swansea. Our season's over. The transfer window's over. So open. So let's just get this deal done and focus on other things in June in the European market. So it makes a lot of sense. Looking to the stats on the left there. So who is Daniel James? What he's all about? Well, effectively, he's a winger. He plays off the left, which we'll look at in a moment. He's quick. He keeps the ball well. He likes to run at people. He's not particularly strong in the air. He's not particularly strong at tracking back. That can be improved on at Manchester United. But his creativity, very, very good at that. If you look at his stats, I've just looked at Championship games. 28 games this season in the Championship for Swansea. It's been his breakthrough season, really. He's only 21. 4 goals, 7 assists. He gets fouled a lot. And this is something that I think, if you've got any trepidation about Daniel James coming to Manchester United, let me just reassure you that the Championship in England is probably one of the most competitive leagues in world football. It is. You know, it's a 46-game season. There's 24 teams in that league. There's no place to hide. This is why you get teams like Cardiff getting promoted, because it's a grafting league. It's not necessarily about skill, it's about graft. It's about week in, week out, 2 games a week. And if you are weak-minded or you're not particularly strong as a player physically, you will get found out in that league. So for Daniel James to have a breakthrough season like that, he does get fouled a lot. He is a skillful player, but who knows? Every signing is a risk, but I personally think it's a good one. For £15 million, I don't see what the issue is with this, and it fits in comfortably with what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United wants to achieve. He wants to bring talented players who are hungry and want to make the next step to Manchester United. With regards to this deal, a lot of outlets this morning saying that the deal is very close to being done. A fee has been agreed with Swansea. Remember, he's only got 1 year left on his contract. And that he is personal terms agreed. He was looking at going to Leeds in January, but it's looking like United now. So look, it's not an earthquake signing. It's not something that Liverpool and Man City and Spurs are going to go, wow, what a signing. There's a big element of risk. It's a different type of signing, and I think it's exciting. United looking at Championship players and thinking, well, maybe this can work. I mean, look at Dele Alli. They got him from MK Dons. Spurs did, so certainly can work. An average rating of 7 out of 10 for all his games in the Championship via WhoScored.com, which is better than most United players, considering 6 out of 10 is an average performance in a game. Most United players haven't even been hitting that. So if you can bring that into Manchester United's arena, that would be very, very good. If we have a little quick look at this, Daniel James mainly operating off the left-hand side. He can play in central, he can play off the right, but basically he's a left-sided player. If we look at some of the things he's been doing in a Swansea shirt this season, a lot of his goals coming in from this sort of area here. He has got a few coming inside as well in that sort of area for assists. But ultimately, what you're going to get with Daniel James is pick up the ball, get into this sort of area and look to put a cross in. There's talk of him going off the right-hand side, which, yeah, of course he can do. Of course he can do that. But in honesty, most of his position for Swansea has been playing off the left. And I think from a Manchester United point of view, that makes it quite interesting, because will we switch him into this area as a problematic area, or are we going to look for a Nicolas Pepe? And I think that, look, I don't want all of this video to be sweetness and light and everything's great and Daniel James is going to solve Manchester United's problems and win us the title. He's not that sort of signing. He's 21, he's 22 in later on in the year, I think December time. He's well thought of, but he's not being chased by Man City or Liverpool, like I say. This is a player that I think Everton might have been looking at him, Leeds were looking at him, and Manchester United have gone for him. I don't even think he's ready to start the season with Manchester United. I don't think he's a first teamer. I think he's a player that you bring in, you feed him into the team, and if he hits the ground running, great. If he doesn't, let's build him up over the next year or two. But certainly fits the profile of being hungry, next step, and hopefully he can be an important player for Manchester United. But I don't necessarily see him as a starter. I think this is a Solskjaer signing to build a squad, and he'd be a very good player to build a squad with. As a first teamer, I still think Nicolas Pepe or someone like that's got to come in on the right hand side, or maybe Jadon Sancho is probably a bit far fetched now. But as a signing for £15 million, it's nothing to Manchester United. It's a nice first signing. It's a right sort of profile for Manchester United, and we don't want to go mad on these sort of signings. Like I say, we don't want to go getting loads and loads of players who are like 21, who are Premier League or Championship players. But I like this signing of Daniel James, and I like the way he plays football. And look, I'm going to hold my hands up. I haven't seen loads of Swansea. I have seen a lot of clips of him. He gets his head down. He runs at players. He draws in a lot of fouls. He'll get a lot more protection in the Premier League as well. I think that's the most important thing. He gets fouled a lot in the Championship, and in the Premier League, that will be less because the league is more protective of flair players, and he's certainly a flair player. So I'm looking forward to this signing. Hopefully we'll be going live again with the signing happening hopefully anytime in the next few days. But yeah, I'm encouraged by this. I'm happy. Smash a like on the video. A little bit of Daniel James there profile, and we'll speak to you all very soon. Thanks for watching.